Hey, guys, I just have a general question for you today. I'm going up a hill again. I don't want to run it. My question today is for anybody who is a believer and a follower of Jesus Christ. It's a weird world right now. It does feel like the last days, the times before he comes again. It does feel that way. There's a lot of confusion in the world right now. I think there's a lot of people who claim to be Christian who are just like the Pharisees and the Sadducees, and they're really not. And they might be delusional into thinking they are, or they might just know that they're just playing a game, especially in their own community to fit in. So, one thing that I read this morning, and I just honestly, I was like, okay, where do I want to read today? And I opened up. If anybody gets on, let me know if you can hear me, because I have these in, and I only use them when I go running, so it's only max a couple hours a week is all. Anyway, maybe 3. So, my question, I went to go read, and I want to just be random and just open the Bible and see what it opened to, you know. But I'm like, no, my favorite scripture has always been trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and that is in Proverbs. So I opened up to chapter 1 of Proverbs this morning, and I read the first chapter. And I know there's other parts in the Bible that talk about this similar idea, which is be careful who you trust. Be careful who you open up to. Evil and people with evil, dark hearts are setting traps for you on the daily. And you, sweet little Christian, patting everyone's head who thinks this way, who just thinks about unicorns and rainbows and love and sugar and spice and everything nice, you know, that kind of thing. You're not really getting the full picture. If you're just all about love and coming together and everything is so wonderful, we are totally unified and nobody has any strife. I mean, that's not real. That might be real in some small, very, very small communities, but it's not real. And I feel like I'm being taught the lesson that right now, that you can't just live your life as this sweet, unassuming, everybody is the same as you and loves the same, and just has a good heart and wants good interactions and has righteous desires. You have got to open up your eyes and see the evil that is around you and not let that darkness and that evil encompass you and bring you down with it. But it is important to notice it. It is important to see it. It is important to see the traps that are being set for you and for you to not fall in them. So I think we have this idea as Christians that we're just supposed to be all full of love and goodness, and that is my nature. Okay, that is my fallback. That's what I go to. That's my if I were to push a reset button on my brain, on my life, that's what I would fall back into, is just being all about love and compassion and wanting love and compassion for every single soul on the planet. And I think God is teaching me the lesson as seen reading Proverbs chapter 1 this morning. And I know it's more than just this topic. But I almost wanted to just post the whole chapter this morning. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's so good. And the message to me seems to be, you got to be a lot more prudent. You got to be a lot more alert You are at war. We war with principalities in the spiritual world, and you're kind of denying that. You're kind of in denial about that with this desire to just love everyone and think that they have the same kind of righteous desires that you do. So I need that lesson. I need that lesson because I think I have fallen in a lot of those traps in my life where evil people that just, like, literally, I think there's people that all they do is connive and manipulate and plan and scheme. That's their world. And that's all they know how to do. Whether or not, they were created that way by the family that raised them, or they just decided to be that way. It doesn't really matter. I mean, once you're an adult and you can make your own decisions, you're the adult. You're the one making those decisions to be that way. And there are people that are that way. And I think but all of us need to understand that there are really, really wicked, evil people in our world, even just right next door, even just right around with you. And so anybody that's on here, I'm trying to see if anybody's commenting. I want to know your thoughts on this, because I think it is hard to see that evil nature, to see the bad moves of some people, and then not get sucked down into that negativity, and losing hope and faith and goodness and joy. And I think a lot of people are struggling with that because there is so much fake in our world. And the whole Charlie Kirk thing is a testament of how incredibly fake and gay, as Candace would say, everything really is. Like, all the narratives that we've been kind of propagandized to believe are mostly fake. Of course, there's always going to be elements of truth in anything, because evil designs, evil plans, people with manipulative, scheming minds know that you have to it has to sound true, it has to seem true in order for a population to accept it. And they do that through experts. They do that through continual repetition over and over and over again, saying the same thing over and over again. They do that through religion. They do that through the public schools. There's so many avenues in which to propagandize us. It's so easy. It's so easy. And we fall for it almost every time. But I think there is an awakening happening right now. Do I think it's on a large enough scale that it's come to a majority? No, I think it's still a small number. I think it's still a remnant, if you will. But I don't know. It's getting up there. There's things that, gosh, if I'd have gone back 5 years from now to try to educate the public about the topic of injectable products into babies and children, there's no way we'd be at this point of awareness of that product and those products like it. So there is an awakening happening, and people are realizing it. I just was getting the lesson this morning, that as a Christian, as a person who follows Jesus, it is my duty to recognize the spiritual warfare going on. And everything physical began, I believe, spiritual first, as a thought, as an etherical thing first, before it came into the physical world. So we do fight these physical and spiritual battles every day. And if we're not awake to it, and we don't see it, and we don't recognize it, and we're just going about our business, minding our own business, just like everything's fine, everything's good, unicorns and rainbows, then we're not really being a very stalwart warrior of Christ. I don't know. That's the way I see it right now, because I feel like God's really trying to press that on my mind, that, you've got to get out of this hole that you're in of unicorns and rainbows, and everything is just, everybody wants to come together and be nice and do the right things. It's not true. It's not true. And the people who are supposedly in authority, they might want those things too, but they are imprisoned too. They are enslaved in their chosen job, whether it be a politician in elected office or, anybody that works in a bureaucracy. They're enslaved. They are the puppets too. Even though they're the ones carrying out the plans and being the order followers, really evil. It's really evil to be an order follower and just do as you're told. But that's what they pretty much all do, because they want to keep their job. They want to keep the checks coming every month so they can feed their family. I mean, let's just face it. The reality of our world is, wouldn't you protect your family over all else, yourself and your family? Yeah, we would. Of course we would. And that's what these bureaucracies count on, is people, whether they're bribed, threatened, or whatever, however they're manipulated, because clearly they are. They want to just be able to come home at night to their family and put food on the table and provide for them and have a cushy life. We love our cushy lives. And at the end of the day, if you think about it, humanity, we really like to be told what to do. We love it. So much easier. It's so much easier to find a leader, somebody that, we put on a pedestal and, okay, tell us what to do. We love being told what to do. We might have this rebellious nature about us that says, no. I want freedom. No, you don't. No, you don't want freedom. All you have to do is look at COVID. We didn't want freedom. Nope. It's not true. Not the majority, anyways. I hope it's changed. I hope it's different. I hope we've learned our lesson in that regard. I don't know that we have. Anyways, so that was it. I just wanted to really engage with anybody that was willing, but I see that I don't really have anybody. So, but just think about it. Think about that whole idea of what does it mean to be a warrior of Christ? Does it mean to just be nice and loving and kind all the time? Or does it also mean, yes, that, but also does it also mean to be aware? Be the guy, the watchman on the tower who's up, watching for threats, watching for things that could destroy people or the spiritual connection to God. Like, we are being attacked, you guys, on all fronts, not just spiritually, not just physically. Like, look up in the sky almost any day. We are being attacked. It is spiritual. It is physical. It is everything. And if you are a Christian and you don't see that, and even worse, if you don't want to see it, what are you going to say when you go back to your Maker and he says, I was giving you all these signs, all these impressions in your mind, all these people in your life that were warning you of this and that, and you ignored it, and you didn't step up to the plate. You were lukewarm. You didn't really fight valiantly. How are you going to feel? Anyways, and I'm not saying this as somebody that's like, I have it all figured out. I've done this exactly. No, of course not. I'm trying my hardest too. And actually, as a side note, I am going to, you're probably thinking this is so corny, but I'm going to dress up as a warrior with the whole armor of God tomorrow for Halloween. So my friend and I are going to make, using cardboard and aluminum foil, we're going to make our shield and sword and helmet and stuff. So I'll share a picture of that. Hopefully it's not too horrible. And it'll be great. So final message, just watch out. Watch out for the spiritual realm and the not so spiritual realm, the physical realm as well. And people and the situations and organizations that frankly want you destroyed, that want you dead or taken out in some form or fashion. Not everybody loves you. Not everybody likes you. And they will do anything they can, evil designs, to make sure that you have no power. Well, they'll try to. But if you are on the side of God, on the side of doing what's right and righteous, you don't have anything to fear at all. Zero. You have zero need to fear at all. You don't even need to scheme yourself. You shouldn't. You shouldn't stoop to that level of that evil nature of scheming and manipulating. Don't do that. But do be smart and be awake and aware. And don't let go of that curiosity. Always have curiosity. And always stay close to the Spirit. Because when you're with God in spirit, you most likely make the right decisions. Nobody's perfect, but just stay close to God. All right, that's it. That was my message for today. Have a great one.